Hey everyone, and welcome back to No Man's Sky, to another guide for the Echoes update. As you can see, I'm a little bit different. I'm no longer looking like a gag, and that might take us some time because I'm really in love with this character. I love the Anubis feel. Now today we're going to be talking about how to use the staff terminals and how to create them. I also want to go a little bit in depth on what is actually happening. And this is just the initial discoveries I've done. I'm sure there's going to be more different things to do. But for the moment, let me just cover what I have discovered, and then we can update a new video if it's necessary. So let us jump into it. Now, if you have not done the mission yet that is going to give you your first staff, then I would say definitely go and check out my other guide where I explain you all the conditions you need for this before you jump into creating your own staffs and getting all the resources for that. Alright, now if you already did the initial mission to get your first staff, you should by now have in your tools a polyphonic core. And that will allow you to scan for autophage camps. Because you do not have to go and find a harmonic camp. Autophage camps are actually all over in every system. There's no limit. You can find them everywhere. So the only thing you need to do is charge your polyphonic core with antlatirium. And once it's charged up, you can then use this to scan for an autophage camp. This is one of the first ways to find an autophage camp. There are also different ways, but using the polyphonic core will always give you a guaranteed spot. And now we should get a little pop-up on our screen where we can find the autophage camp. There should be an autophage camp 1 hour away. So let's fly there first. Let's do that one, and then I can show you a few things you can take notice of. So apart from harmonic camps, you can also find autophages around certain locations. One is, for example, drop pods. The other one is beacons. You can find them around crashed freighters. You will notice very easily that there is actually an autophage camp when you see the smoke there on the ground. This is a sign it is a autophage camp. So I'm going to land here. This time we seem to be landing around a broken autophage robot. So you can see this smoke here. This is a sign of this being a camp. So if I now just press my scanner, this is just the same scanner as you would be scanning for resources. For example, if you're looking for oxygen or dihydrogen. So I just press scan, and now you will see the whole group is showing up. And we're looking for this one right here, the autophage synthesis terminal. And here we can both exchange void modes and do our staff assembly. That means the staff parts you found, you can use them to create a new staff, or you can just leave. Void modes can get begotten from doing missions for autophages. If you communicate with one of them, here for example the machinist, and you talk to them, you offer assistance, then they will give you an option to do a mission, craft things, do some things, and it will give you a reward. For example here, 248 void modes. Once you got the void modes, you can then go back to the autophage, can exchange void modes, and then you can start buying these in here. Now, I already bought all of these on another account as well. If you want to get them all, just buy them on a creative save, and then they will be available for you on all your other saves, as this is all cross-save each of these customizations. Below here you can find there is a whole section of different parts. So for example, this is a staff head, this is a staff core, and then this is the staff backbone or the end piece of your staff. Buying these, you can then use them to create your own staff by going to staff assembly. If you go to staff assembly, you will see we can add these components now here. I can choose one of my components right here, and then just say I want to use the head, I want to use this runic core, and I want to use the salvage staff, for example shaft. This is going to create your staff as you want to. Then you can check assemble, and then you can check what is the class you're going to get, what is the weapons, and what are the slots. Then you can compare and either accept or decline. So this is the basic foundation of how to create a staff. Now, what I've noticed is there's two kind of pools, I would say. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but there's like two pools where you can get your staff into. The first pool is the initial time you put your staff together. So if I go to staff assembly, and let's this time just take a Havoc coil. Let's take a Havoc core. I'm just going to take all of them. So this is the Havoc coil, Havoc core, and Havoc lance. if I now assemble, you will see this is going to be an A-class staff, which is great. If I go out and I take out the Havoc coil and I put the Havoc coil back and we assemble again, you will see now it is a C-class. This seems to be the second pool of classes that you can see. Also, you might have noticed that the color changed compared with the previous one. Previous one was yellow, now we have a green one. So if you want to check the first pool, you will have to every time open up your staff assembly, put the parts in there. Now it doesn't matter what you put in the second and the last slot, at least if you want to determine your class, because the only thing that is dictating the class of your staff is the terminal you're putting it in and the staff's head. These are the only two that seem to be dictating what the class of your staff will be. But as you noticed, there is two pools in the same terminal. So if I now say the concentric transducer, let me just put a salvage battery and a runic beam. As I said before, it only matters the head, so we only need to know what is the head worth. If I go to assemble, you will now see this is a C-class staff. If I take out the concentric transducer and I put it back now, and we assemble again, you will now see it is again a C-class. So this is both C-class. Go out again. Let's go back into autophage, go to staff assembly. Now we're going to go for the third head here, the radiant heart. I'm going to put just a few parts in there. Then we're going to assemble. You see this is now a B class. If I take out the radiant heart and put the radiant heart back and we assemble again, it is a B class again. But you can see the color did change there. So what you can do is constantly go in here now and put each of the head components in there, then add a few extra parts, because for the moment we do not care about how the staff looks. We just want to know which of the heads is giving us an S-class. This is a C-class. Let me just take out one part, put it back, and now we can see what class this is one. This is now an A-class staff. So see, this is the second pool of staffs. None of them are giving me an S-class though, so we might not find one. Let's go and put the head in here this time. Salvage beam and runic beam. Let's check what this is. This is a B class. Let me take out the runic beam again, put it back. This is now going to be the second pool, and this is going to give us a C class. As this terminal only gave us A classes, we're going to look for the terminal that might give us an S class this time. So let's jump in the ship. If you go to a distant system, and the harmonic bases will also provide you with that option to assemble staffs. The only thing, of course, is that you will have to every time unlock that terminal with the 3 codes. This time we are landing near a damaged machinery, but as you can see, the smoke is again showing, so we are definitely having autophages around here. Let's find the terminal and try this one more time. B class, so I doubt we will get anything good from this. Okay. We've got an S. There we go. So as you can see now, this has an S-class skull. So if you find this terminal and you build a staff with a skull, then the skull will be S-class. And I can show you this again. If I now go in here, staff assembly, and let's build this now completely out of the reclaimed parts. If you want to do that, you can of course switch things around and make it a little bit different. If you want to make it look different, you don't have to follow the setup. As you can see, this is a nice blue staff. This is going to be again an A class, as you can see right here. Now if I take out the radiant board and I put the radiant board back, it's going to be pink now, but this is going to be an S-class staff skull. So this is pretty cool. I can now take these out if I want to and just keep on working with the reclaimed grip and the recycled pole. You can now check again. You will see this is going to be still an S-class because we are still in the second pool. So I'll drop a base computer here. And we're going to claim this. I'm gonna call this S-Class Staff Skull. Second pool. Now, I will have to build some stuff here so I can upload this base, and then I'll share with you the coordinates as well, so you can come and get yourself a skull if you wish to. But there we go. This is how you can get and collect your staff. I gave you a little bit more information as well on how you can find the 2 pools. They do not seem to be influenced by which planet you have loaded and reloaded. It just seems to be per terminal. Each terminal has their own unique seeds, which means it's going to give you its unique colors. It will give its unique classes to the staff that you put in there. So you can use different terminals on the same planet to find the S-Class staff you want, depending on the color or the style. But that's going to be it for me today. I hope this was informative, and I will see you again next time. This was Beeblebum. Goodbye for now.